Oh, Jesus Christ.
I forgot what I was going to say.
God. Told you had one job. One job.
I know.
We already failed. Fuck it. I'm out of here.
Fine, whatever. Hey, everybody. This is Anthony Smith. Welcome to Dorkology. As you're always your host, just call me Tony. I'm with two good buddies, Brandon and Mark. Say what's up, fellas.
What's up, everyone?
What's going on, everybody?
So, anybody who may have been following us, our very handful of fans, we used to be called the Otaku Crew. We decided to change it, mostly because I had an issue with people not knowing what otaku means. Kind of weird, at least in my opinion, but, I guess it may be an older term that, a lot of people may not get anymore or whatever, or clearly don't. Also, for some reason, for people who are not aware of like what otaku is or how to spell it, tend to forget it quickly. So we decided to change it to something simple. So for that one, we go by Dorkology101. Hooray, you are now on the maiden voyage of something interesting. With that aside, we're definitely going to cut down our time frame from now on. We used to run for like 2 hours or so. We're going to try to keep it down to 20, 30 minutes. That way you can enjoy yourself, but don't feel like, you're on some epic journey to nowhere. So, yeah, today's episode is generally going to be talking about toxic geekdom. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know what this is, but if you don't, it's essentially anybody who's a fan of something in the geek world. Usually it's tied to anime. But you'll notice it across the spectrum of geeky stuff. People who just seem to have either opinions about things and don't seem to understand that everybody should be open to having their opinions and not be smacked around for it. Or it's people who tend to feel superior in one way or another. It's really a ball of wax, but we're going to kind of break down into each one of them that we personally find annoying. So I guess from here on, we can get started. I'm actually going to start this one out. Normally I let you guys start this one, but I really, really got to talk about one that actually makes the back of my neck itch whenever I deal with it. And that is subbed versus dubbed anime.
Felt like I got there. Yeah.
Sub versus dubbed anime for me is, I don't care how anybody feels about it. You can write in the comments, talking really disgusting things or burn me at the stake. I don't give a shit. But I do not mind subbed or dubbed anime personally. I don't care. I really, really don't. I get it. A lot of people have issues about dubbed anime because when they think dubs, they think of the anime from the 80s and the 90s where, the voice actors sounded horrendous trying to speak English. And the animation synced to the lip syncs to what they're saying reminds you of an old martial arts film. It's really bad. Like, it's really, really bad. I'm not going to dispute that. But today, it is no different than watching any kind of animated show in English or whatever native language you feel comfortable in. I actually can't speak for other languages. I speak for English. And in English, it sounds fine. Like, it sounds
I can promise you, though, if you watch it in French, it's disgusting.
Is it really?
A French person, I tried to watch, I think, one episode of Naruto back in the days, and it was like, Sasuke, fais attention, c'est moi Sakura. It's
okay, but
there's no emotion in it.
To be fair, the Naruto English dub is horrible.
I'm not going to argue that. And I think a lot of that is because of when it started. It gets better as time goes on. But yes, I would definitely say in the beginning, it was pretty rough.
Okay, you can't always use it gets better. That's like someone saying Boruto is a great successor to Naruto. It does not get better. It took how long?
Listen. I get that. I don't use that excuse often enough, but I use it for this one only because of the coursing change of time. It's different in this case because in the beginning, this started back in, I want to say, the early 90s? I mean, the early 2000s, maybe. Yeah, I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know. When did Naruto
I think
start?
It's 2003 for some reason.
2003 for the English.
Okay, so when it started is around the time when English dubs started to really kind of run its course. Because if you've ever watched, a lot of people grew up on like Pokemon, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, before they saw it in saw it subbed. Now I don't care what a lot of people say. They're like, "Oh no, I was watching it back when this and the other." Bull. You probably saw it on Toonami in English, and then you got a little older and realized, "Oh, I can watch these episodes way past where I'm at in the English version." That's because they only had a certain license for a certain number of episodes and so on and so forth. I think Pokemon might be a little different in that regard, but I have no idea. I don't follow that. But Naruto started in 03, I am assuming based on what you guys are saying. Because of when it started is when voice acting was like just sort of finding its footing. So yeah, I would say it was better than the early 90s, and earlier than that. But it was still in its infancy, so it was still rough. But as time went on, voice acting got a lot better. And so that's why I say, it gets better because it naturally does by the use of better technology and actually giving a crap more so, I would say. I can't really blame a lot of these. I don't know how, subbed and dubs work as far as studios choosing to do. I mean, I know how it works for subs, but for dub, I don't know if they send it to someone else to do it. Does their studio handle it? I've actually never actually looked into that, and I will at a later date.
Yeah, you kind of got me curious there.
Yeah, I've never thought about it before. I'm sure somebody, if you know in the comments, leave it down in the comments. I'm actually curious.
For some reason, I feel it's like the streaming service, like Crunchyroll or Funimation, has their own voice actor and stuff. I feel it's something.
It's possible. I mean, because definitely across a bunch of anime, there's a lot of voices that are used.
They actually do for their Crunchyroll only or Funimation only. Their Pacifics,
mm-hmm.
But usually they end up using the same voice actor. They just change the voice slightly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely true because there's a lot of voices I can easily pick out.
What's his name? That's Vegeta. Sounds just like I forget his name from Kenichi. I forget his fucking name, but that's why they sound alike because it's the same voice actor.
Okay. Well, that's not really a surprise.
On that.
That's not a surprise at all. But then again, when you think about it, and I was talking about this on my fan page. FYI, Hidden Geek Village on Facebook. If you want to join, it's a lot of fun. We've only got a couple hundred people, although not as many I'd like to be active. But stop on by if you like it. Drop your favorite memes, conversations, whatever.
Yeah, to be fair, it's the only reason I'm on Facebook.
Yes. Actually, that's true. Yeah, that's actually true.
That's the only page I go to on Facebook. That's the only reason I still have my.
Yeah, that's literally why I'm still on Facebook. To be completely honest, bro, I go there for memes.
Rest of the time,
exactly.
I'm on OnlyFans or stuff like that. But yeah.
But yeah, so getting back to the essential point. Personally, how dubs work today, it sounds no different than any cartoon you would see anywhere. They get very good voice actors. Even if the voice actors tend to be repetitive in the work that they do, you can definitely spot, as we said before, I remember this guy from this anime and so on and so forth. But I don't knock them for that because American cartoons do it all the time. Do you have any idea how many anime Tara Strong has been in? Cree Summers, Billy West. Like these guys are constantly everywhere. Joe DiMaggio. Oh, he's like one of my favorites. But yeah, they're everywhere. So I can't really knock anime for doing that too. I mean,
Can we also give a shout out for my man who recently passed away?
Why not? Oh, for Frieza?
Yeah, because he was a great voice actor. Let's give him at least a moment of silence.
Yeah, it's really sad. I didn't unfortunately get to see what he passed from. If one of you guys know,
I think it's COPD. If I'm not sure.
Okay, that's sad. Yeah. He seemed like he was still a young guy, but I haven't gotten a chance to look into it. But I've seen the posts about it. And it's always sad to lose somebody who a lot of people liked. Essentially iconic voice. So it sucks, but it happens. But to cap off the whole sub versus dub thing, I guess my feelings on it is this: like what you like. If you like sub, great. If you like dub, great. But my deal is this: don't act like your version is superior to the others. And you never hear somebody say dubbed is far better. No, you never hear that. It's the same thing over and over again. People who watch sub,
you just watch a show that you enjoy, whatever the way you enjoy watching it.
Agreed.
At the end of the day, you watch anime, you watch Star Wars. I don't care. You watch something that you enjoy, and someone else, like you, per se, watch, let's say, I don't know, Sword Art dub, and I watch it sub. We both watch the same thing. We can discuss it.
Exactly.
About it.
I agree. I think a lot of the problem is that people, and this kind of dips into another area of where people think that they're true fans of anime if they watch it sub. Watching it dubbed is inferior. You're not a real fan. Yeah, exactly.
You're not a real fan if you watch that shit sub. Watch it raw if you're a real fan.
First of all, that's complete BS because, as the joke you said before, if you're reading a manga, what language are you reading it in?
Exactly.
If you get a book from another country, what language do they translate it to you for you? The language you speak. Stop playing.
It makes exactly. If otherwise, go learn the language. I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm tired.
Just enjoy the show, basically.
To be honest, the reason why I watch dub is sometimes I don't feel like reading subtitles. I'll be completely honest.
I'll take it even further than that. Honestly, if the only reason I watch sub, wrong. It's not like I don't like subs. I do. There is a certain natural way to how certain situations are handled or described. But it's a very slight difference that you may or may not notice. At the end of the day, taking all the technical BS out of it, just enjoy what you like. It's not a big deal. If you like dub, watch it dubbed. If you like sub, watch it sub. Personally, I would watch. If the only reason I watch subbed at all a lot of the time is because it comes out first.
Yeah.
If I'm watching a new anime, it comes out first. I don't want to have to wait 2-3 weeks before the dubs start rolling out. I want to watch it now. If dubs came out first or the same time, I probably use dub as long as the voice acting is good and everything like that. I don't see a reason why I have to watch it sub personally, but that's just my general opinion. So let's
for watching it sub. But if it's something I've already watched and I'm rewatching, like Evangelion, for example, for the 27th, I'm watching that shit dub. I'm not wasting my time.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially after I've already watched it. Oh, you better believe I'm watching it dub.
I never watched something sub.
I'm always heartbroken when there's an anime I love, but it's only subbed, and I'm just like, damn it, I want to rewatch it, but I don't feel like reading. So yeah, what's I finally took my fur off about sub to dub. So what ruffles your feathers with Toxic Geekdom?
DBZ fans, and I'm going to address y'all. Y'all are not going to like me at the end of this, but I do not care.
But can Goku solos you?
Goku can be beat very easily.
Oh yeah. This is a. I wouldn't.
Thank you.
I wouldn't go as far as saying easily.
No. He can be beat very. Here's what my problem is with the Dragon Ball Z fandom. First of all, y'all have the nerve to say, "But can he be Goku?" You know what? Let me list off some characters that can be Goku. Sailor Moon.
Yes.
Rimuru.
SpongeBob.
Yes.
Exactly. Hold up. We can keep this going. There are many anime characters that can beat Goku. Some of them can solo Goku with no effort.
Sure.
Get off your high horse.
I mean, I'll take it to a real.
I'll make it insulting. Hold up. Seiya from Saint Seiya can solo Goku with no effort.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it. Seiya.
The guy from the Duke of Death and his mate can solo Goku. Because
why does Seiya sound so familiar, but I can't remember where.
Knights of the Zodiac.
No, the thing is.
Oh, I must be thinking of something else.
Realize that.
Well, there's also anime it's called Saint Seiya.
Yeah, Vegeta's strong and everything, but people don't realize. Put Goku, for example, into let's say Naruto's universe. The key, I think, that's their power originate from does not exist. It's chakra. They're gonna get destroyed.
So to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to play it lightly because I agree wholeheartedly with both of you. At the same time, there is a reason Goku is always compared to everyone else. First, he's a cool character. I mean, I know that has nothing to do with being the strongest, but that's a lot of people gravitated to this character because of their childhood. Goku was always the measuring stick. Hell, I remember my friends coming to school with printout sheets of Goku's power levels and everybody's power levels to show he was at the top of the heap. It used to be hilarious, man. We hanging around each other's lockers. Oh yeah, see, Goku's power level is 80 million or some nonsense like that. I'm like,
but here's my thing though. You could get with any anime fan, and they'll literally if they're losing an argument, but can he be Goku will be the statement.
Fair enough. I agree.
And that's the one thing I'm gonna go. If you want me to go power levels real quick, I do believe Sailor Moon can absorb the power from entire universes by herself and obliterate them to nothing.
It's not even a question. Sailor Moon fucking absolutely smacks Goku easily.
Rimuru,
and I'm not even a massive like Sailor Moon fan, and I recognize this.
Rimuru from How I Got Reincarnated as Slime is going to sit there and eat half of Goku's attacks because he's resistant to physical attacks.
Okay, so here I will argue this point, and only because of the final episode or final 2 episodes of the most recent season, and that is when he fought what's her face, where you supposedly thought it was spoiler for whoever hasn't seen Reincarnated as Another Slime, but yeah, when he's fighting. What's her face?
Riku, I think Riku, the little girl.
Yeah.
Technically a dragon, but we continue.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Milim?
When he's fighting her, she's playing on easy mode. Like, because we find out later she's not actually brainwashed, she's just pretending. And she was taking it lightly and was almost beating his face in. Like, he had to dodge for his life every time. He even says this, how fast and powerful she is.
But on that same note, that also proves that with my statement that Goku can be beaten by people. It's just people refuse to acknowledge it.
But that's my point. Only going towards what I'm arguing here is this: Goku is stupid faster than her. So if he's struggling with her to dodge her punches, Goku would kill him with a punch. I mean. That much we know. I mean, it's not even a question that Goku is more powerful than she is physically. She has a bunch of other shit that would make her tough to deal with. Like it seems she has an ability to stop time, which we saw in the first season when she's fighting that giant fucking stingray thing. She stops time for a moment. So that alone would make her incredibly dangerous to any fighter she fights. Anybody who controls time is a threat. But physically speaking, Goku wins that hands down. And speed, Goku wins that hands down.
See, I'm not sure about that.
I'm 100% sure on that. I can argue all day.
Only because they literally state that she's not actually going full force. If we had accurate of her going full force,
I quite literally said that when this argument started that she was taking it easy on him. But you can only measure on what you actually know. I make this argument constantly to people. Well, he could be stronger if he do this, that, and the other. No, sure, he could be. The author can write whatever he wants. It's, we can only go based on what we know. And this is the argument I'm going to bring up now about the battle between Goku and Superman. This is the major argument that is constantly brought up. And I will tell you right now, my stance at 100% is Superman wins that fight. And the biggest reason is feats. All right? Feats. There is no feat Goku has that tickles the balls of the feats Superman has. Plain and simple. And
I can't argue that statement. Like, I want to, but I'm like,
this man pulled planets. This man pulled planets. All right? He sneezed a universe out of existence. All right, that one is more golden age or silver age of Superman. But regardless, I mean, he lifted. This is the one that always kills me. He lifted the book of infinity pages. I don't actually remember what the name of the actual book is called.
No, you're right. But, that's actually what it's called.
Is it okay? I remember reading this shit, and I was like, it didn't dawn on me at the time when I read it, but like I was talking to a buddy of mine about it, and he was like, think about it, because when you think of a book, you don't think, it's not that heavy, but it's infinite pages, which means just because it's paper, it's a book, it's as heavy can be. It's infinite. And Superman lifts this book. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but he's able to do it. It's madness.
Kind of how I had to educate someone yesterday. Because they were trying to tell me, well, Goku beat out Kefla with no easily. I was like,
oh, he was smacked.
And here, it was my thing. I was like, you do realize that technically that's not canon, right?
Yeah.
And my guy went, what? I'm like, yeah. That came out before the actual pages of the manga was written because that was Gohan's fight. And he fought her to a tie.
Yeah.
So
I actually didn't notice until you told me about it.
I went back and started reading the manga because I was told the whole Tournament of Power we got was not in the manga. It's completely different. It's better in the manga. But anywho, my whole point is, if you love your character, that's fine and dandy. But don't just go and say that's the strongest character, period.
Agreed.
I love Ichigo.
I can't argue that.
I love Ichigo to death. That's one of my favorite anime protagonists. But I know for a damn fact that he will get washed. I Aizen wash him in 5 seconds just by touching his sword. Come on now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And here's the deal. If you want to debate me, just so everybody, if you want to debate me on Goku Superman, I'm open to that debate. That's the difference between me and someone who's toxic. Someone who's toxic has decided there's no chance on Earth, and that's not even the case. It's you can believe wholeheartedly. You have your beliefs wholeheartedly. I'm saying it wrong. You can believe wholeheartedly what you want to believe. I'm not knocking that, but be open to my counter argument. Don't be like, I don't want to hear what you have to say because I already know this, that, and the other. No, because that's not fair. That's not a fair argument. And like I said, you want to argue Goku Superman. I instantly say the same thing constantly when somebody brings this up because they love, well, if he was a Super Saiyan 25 and he was God mode or some nonsense they try to throw together. I'm just like, bro, listen, I've watched every episode of Dragon Ball Z, and I know, well, you got to read the manga, but listen, there's very few things in the manga that would change the power level of Goku. It's nothing is happening in the manga that changes my argument right now. And that is Goku doesn't have the necessary feats to even touch Superman, which means, yes, I'm sure you've seen when Superman fought this particular person and he almost looked like he was going to lose or this, that, and the other, and Goku would have beat him easily. You also have to remember that Superman has to regulate his abilities. We've seen him do incredible things because those things don't usually involve living beings. And the reason for that is that Superman's not a murderer. He could easily punch holes through people's heads and end the fight instantly, but that's not his stick. He doesn't do that. And that's the one thing I will say about Goku. Goku doesn't mind murdering somebody, like just killing him, like whatever. Like it's not even a thing for him. So at the very least, I would say this. If you wanted to make a legitimate counter argument that Superman holding back could maybe be his downfall, maybe. But then again, you have to ask yourself the question, does Goku have the power to wipe out Superman? And honestly, I don't think so. I just don't. Like it's kind of a little goofy to think about, Goku throwing a blast so powerful that Superman can't survive it. I mean, Superman survived exploding planets. I mean, like let's be honest here. If you can survive that, I don't think a Kamehameha times 20 is gonna kill Superman. And, because I'll put it this way. Goku has never destroyed a planet with any attack he's ever had. And I don't want to hear about King Kami's little moon because it's a moon. It's not a planet.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
If we're going to bring it up, I need to call out the Naruto fandom also because Naruto is not planetary. So please stop it. That is
yes. Well, he punched a crater in the moon.
Nope, yes, that was his opponent.
Yeah, well, that was...
No, his opponent split the moon.
His opponent split the moon, yes. Naruto did leave a crater in the moon, which I have to admit is one of the cooler things because he left like a ninja letter or message in the moon. That was kind of dope. So that people on the ground could see that he had won the fight. It was over. I think that's cool. But again, that's not destroying the moon. All right. So I want to hear it. If you've got an argument, hit me with it, but hit me with something that makes some kind of sense. I remember I was watching what's the Death Battles, and I know Death Battles is highly debated, as a lot of their arguments may not be as sound as they make them sound, and I get that. But they do make one point about Superman versus Goku that I always kind of like, and that is Superman. Goku is all about trying to get stronger, trying to get better, trying to be the best there is out there, the strongest there is out there, and he's obsessed with it. He doesn't start out so obsessed, but he's gotten to a point where he wouldn't mind blowing up an entire planet just to prove he's stronger. It's getting weird with how obsessed he wants to be strong. That's not Superman's MO. Superman's MO has never been about getting stronger because he's already the strongest. That's essentially the deal. He's always the strongest, the best. Yeah, I don't want to say the best. That's not exactly fair. But he's the strongest. His whole MO has always been trying to fit his godlike abilities into a normal world, into a normal life, trying to be accepted amongst the world as a regular human person. Even though they don't know who he is, he's still trying to fit. People know he lives on planet Earth. So he's clearly just trying to fit in as a person. That's his whole story. Being an alien, trying to be human. That's it. Goku's whole thing is, I want to be the strongest. I want to kill the strongest. Bring it. That's essentially the deal. So if Superman's already at the upper echelon of his abilities and skills, and Goku's still trying to grow, sure, maybe one day he may grow to a level that is godlike like Superman. But as of right now, that's not the case. And I don't want to hear any future arguments about, oh, well, he could this, that, and the other. No, until he does it, I don't want to hear it. Superman has proven time and time and time again that he is the best for a reason. And Goku hasn't done that. He's done a lot of amazing things, but he definitely hasn't done anything close to what Superman has done. But that's just my 2 cents on that. I feel like we harped on that a little longer than I feel comfortable with. I'm going to take a few minutes. Mark, anything that gets under your skin?
Well, for me, one fandom I hate is, as much as I am in that fandom, but it's the Naruto fandom. The Naruto cards.
I think Naruto fan toxicity is probably the worst right now.
I know they throw in the Dragon Ball Z fandom, if you ask me. But yeah, like everything compares to Naruto. Oh, My Hero Academia, which is an awful fandom too. But anyway,
yeah,
Green Naruto and Exploding Sasuke. No. Don't stop comparing everything. Oh, there's a slight ninja involved in anime. Oh, it's a Naruto reference there.
Here's the deal. I feel like every anime, popular anime, and I guess that kind of spins down into another point I wanted to have before we close this out. But I feel like that kind of goes across the board with pretty much all the popular shonen anime.
It does, but there's something about the Naruto fandom. I don't know. It's
I think what's weird? The only fandom that doesn't really do that, I think everybody universally just loves it for the shits and giggles of it. Like is JoJo fans.
JoJo's great.
I think, it's weird. You never hear really. I mean, I'm sure people feel that way, but you never hear, but can he beat Dio? You never really hear that.
Yeah, they never really bitch and complain. They just go, hey,
it's just all about the memes.
We're all I don't know what to call it. They're just fun. Put it that way.
It's fun. Agreed. It's
a fun ride.
I gotta give it to JoJo fans. They're just fun. They just love having a blast with JoJo memes, and that's really it.
May I mention one? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
A Black Clover or something. Oh, you mean the copy of Naruto, or they don't say something like that with JoJo. You know what I mean? They don't like.
Oh, God, that's actually one I didn't have on my list. People talking about everything's a copy of everything else. Oh my God, I forgot about that one. We might have to have an episode 2 on this one.
I'd just like to mention one thing before we cut out. Can people please stop saying that Bleach is not part of the big 3?
God, that's another one.
Oh,
That's something that's just under my skin. It really grinds my gears, to quote Peter Griffin.
but it's
Here's the deal.
Big three? Like it's Bleach, Dragon Ball, and Naruto, right?
It's One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Naruto are the big three.
Sorry, I hate more with the One Piece fandom than Naruto.
The big three is One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach.
Yeah.
The grandfather of that is Goku. There's two other ones who kind of, I think it's Goku, Sailor Moon is one other one, but the other two aren't really as recognized. So essentially, people think of the hierarchy, the org chart of anime is Goku's at the top, and that is because Goku kind of
started in the West.
Goku is the reason anime really got kicked off in the West. Anime has always been in the West, and I don't want anybody to instantly jump in the comments and be like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Fist of the North Star was also no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that anime didn't really take off in the West the way it did until Goku and Dragon Ball Z rolled around, or Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z really was the big. I love Dragon Ball, but like Dragon Ball Z was when it really took off. That's when kids wanted to wear Dragon Ball Z hats and talk about Dragon Ball Z stuff constantly.
And start screaming.
My God, it was nuts.
Tried to go Super Saiyan.
So that's why Dragon Ball is always at the top of the heap. And then it moves down to the big three. And the reason they're the big three is because while Goku started off, really gave a strong start to anime fandom in the West, it was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece that took that torch and really blew it up. It really blew it up. It made everybody want to start learning more about anime. I would also, in a certain way, put Pokemon in there too. I feel like that's another one that really helped drive home the anime fandom. The only reason I don't throw it in there is because Pokemon more became the trend of anime gaming. Because I mean, the show was incredibly popular, but Pokemon gaming is still like
super strong.
One of the most. Yes, it's still one of the most popular.
It keeps people buying Nintendo products.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. That's a really great way to put it. Pokemon, Zelda, and Mario. That's pretty much
Metroid there also.
Yeah, but you don't hear nearly as much about. Like Metroid has a huge cult following, but you never hear about Metroid as much as you hear about Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda.
And to be fair, I'll agree with you there. I never heard someone saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy a Nintendo Switch because there's a new Metroid coming out."
Exactly, and that's exactly right.
I hear, there's a new Mario, there's a new Zelda, the new Pokemon game.
You say those sentences.
It's because whenever a Nintendo wants to gamble on a new project, making that big money, those three are the ones to put your bet on. That'll always make them cash, no matter what they really put out with them. Almost no matter what. They're just such a big draw.
Zelda game coming out
exactly. A lot of people would.
For Christ's sake.
I feel the same way about Pokemon games. I will get every one of them as long as I have the money to do it. Which is why I can't wait for this. What's the remake? I think is it Pearl and Diamond? Is that what it was? I can't remember. I gotta look it up. But they're remaking the game, and it's called like Precious Pearl and Dynamic Diamond, some shit like that. I don't remember. But I'm gonna get it because it looks really cool the way they've changed things up a bit. They're going back to certain older mechanics, which I love because I feel like Pokemon games have gotten out of control with adding a lot of bonkers mechanics that have really just dragged me out of it, like Giga evolutions and stone forms and just all kinds of just ridiculousness. If you like them out there, fine. I'm not knocking. If you enjoy it, fine. I guess I'm a real grandpa about it. You know, I remember when it was just your Pokemon, and you're just battling your way through till you get to the Elite Four and you kick their asses.
Yeah.
You basically restart the game with, Pokemon you transferred over or something like that. But I feel like we've really gone over our mark here.
Not even by 10 minutes, so we're
not even by 10 minutes, bro. You're good.
Yeah, okay. What do you mean? It's already. What do you mean? It's already only 10 minutes. Oh, you said over by 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, wait a minute, 10 minutes is easily been a half hour.
It's 35 minutes so far. So,
but we'll definitely do a part 2 of this because there's still a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But we want to thank everybody who hung out for a bit, listen to this us jabber on about things. Please come back. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. It really helps out, and it's absolutely free. You just got to take your Dorito covered fingers and hit that subscribe button and the bell if you want to know whenever we put up something new.
All right, I just love the Doritos covered.
They are. Listen, any geek whose fingers aren't covered in Doritos right now isn't a geek. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous.
At least he didn't.
I'm dipping my fingers in Doritos right now just for that.
At least he didn't say hot Cheeto fingers. Then I just would have walked away. Like, nope, I can't do this.
Those
Mountain Dew.
Cheetos covered fingers and Mountain Dew on your lips.
All the big three of gaming and Dorkology.
But I want to thank everybody for joining us again for Dorkology101. Thank you guys, Mark and Brandon, for as always coming out and having a cut up with me.
Thank you for having us again.
I mean, always.
Let them know where they can find you guys if you want to be found.
Well, you can find me on Twitch at LeonardX44. Same name on Instagram and on Twitter.
You can find me at twitch.tv/American Black Up and youtube.com/American Black Up. Haha.
You can find me right here or I forget what it's called.
Facebook.
I was gonna say Facebook, but I was like trying to remember the actual name. But yeah, no, it's Hidden Geek Village on Facebook, spelled just like it sounds. Also, when I get back up to streaming at some point in time, you can catch me Supersize on Twitch.tv, and obviously right here on YouTube. I mean, if you listen to this now, you're already there. So
fair enough.
But yeah, man, thanks again, fellas, and I look forward to seeing everybody come back. And I guess that's done. Deuces.
See ya, guys.
Later.